Hey everybody, it's been a while since I posted. It's been a busy spring so far. Um, just kind of switching a little bit of gears for this summer and not doing as many of the shooting videos like I want to do. But looking at what's going on in the world around us, obviously things are falling apart fairly quickly. Anybody that thinks this is normal, I would say probably needs to have their head checked. So along that line, decided to at least put some things down and uh, if supply chains change, I think everybody needs to start thinking about that. Not saying you have to go full-blown prepper, but I'm thinking that there are a few things that are important to have for when troubles come eventually, because they're gonna come. And I'm a Christian, so I don't think I'll be here for all of it, but I don't know how long I will be here. Um, if you read Revelation, it's kind of vague in a few spots. But that being said, so if we're here and society continues to have issues and the world continues to have issues, there are a couple things you need. So the couple videos I'm going to do next are based around some of those things that you need. And to me, it's not gold, it's not silver. It's water, food, a way to protect it. And electricity would be nice. Living in Minnesota, you might want a way to heat your house. So I'm going to be doing a video on some of those things that are reasonable, that are easy to put in place. You don't have to have a lot of space. Now, I'm lucky I have a place outside of town and I have about 6 acres. So we have a creek that runs through it that makes it a little more interesting, but we'll keep this going. Okay, so continuing that thought, on the food end, you can do things to help you. You can plant a garden. So what we've done out behind the house is plant a garden. It's about 75 feet long. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's about 60 feet long and about 28, 30 feet wide. Well, 28 feet wide. We actually planted potatoes off ones that we bought last year that we had left over that we hadn't eaten yet, but they were starting to sprout. So we planted 4 rows of potatoes, so we have more natural potatoes without the spray on them. We have sweet corn over there, and so we fenced it off because we know the deer like that. Now I'm going to tell you, I didn't do an 8-foot fence around it. I did a 6-foot fence. I know deer can jump that, but I'm making it a little more difficult for them. The fencing we picked up at the local home improvement store, Menards, and the posts, they're cedar posts. I got those over at another place called Mills Fleet. So we back right up to the field here. Our property goes into the field maybe half this distance, and I talked to the farmer and he said, oh yeah, he said, go ahead and plant your garden out there, no big deal. He only lost 60 feet of a couple of rows of field corn, so he didn't care. So he was really cool about it. So we got sweet corn, potatoes, and we got the fencing almost in. Bought a slightly damaged gate over at the home over at Menards. $30, you can't beat that for a gate. And then these planters I bought a few years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. Put them together, put them out here, and we filled them up with dirt, and this is where we plant the beans. And continuing on that line, look for places where you can plant stuff that you don't have to sacrifice a lot of space for. So what we did along the edge of the fence here is plant a double row of asparagus. The tall stuff is in its 2nd year of growing. I think you got to let it grow 1 more year before you really start harvesting it, but there's another row right in front of it there, so we'll have a double row of asparagus growing. Once again, we had an old raised planter we found someplace on a garage sale, I think, and there's peas in that just for snacking. We have a couple of bushes once again along the fence here of ground cherries and one other kind of berry. I can't remember what it was. And then on this side, we did sacrifice some more of the yard for tomato plants and peppers and a couple other things, some types of lettuce, and then a couple other things. But we're also having to battle the moles and the chipmunks. So right now I've declared war on the chipmunks and the little pocket gophers, because they're grabbing the plants and pulling them down and eating the roots, the little rats. So we got some traps put down and digging down to find the runs, and we're trying to kill them before they do too much damage to the garden. So this is test one for the first year, just finding out what grows in our area well and what doesn't grow. And then the plan is I'll have enough fencing on hand and posts that if I need to, if we really want to start growing food, I'd probably talk to the farmer again, and I'd probably expand the garden out. I'd probably take down these trees right here, and I'd expand the garden out to cover most of this area, and then I'd fence it all in. And I'd probably widen it a little bit here. I only put the posts down 2 feet. So once I pull the staples, I could pretty easily expand the fence or move it around. But you can really tell the potatoes are just going gangbusters. So if the food, like what happened during COVID with toilet paper, if the food market, one, continues to get more expensive, and two, if things stop shipping, because there's no guarantee on that, we know for sure we would be planting potatoes and sweet corn. Those are two ones that are doing really well. We are having to keep an eye on the potato bugs, so we're trying not to spray these. So my mom lives with us. She's coming out here and checking for potato bugs and pulling off the ones she finds. So the potatoes are doing great. They're mounded up nicely. Should get a phenomenal harvest of potatoes. And like I said, if need be, we'd plant this entire one full of potatoes and another entire one full of sweet corn.